Hello, my name is Lisa Feldstein. I'm a health and fertility lawyer in Ontario, Canada, and in this video, I will be talking about what happens when a surrogate goes for independent legal advice. In every surrogacy agreement process, there's a stage where the surrogate has the first draft of the contract and meets with a lawyer, so I want to talk about what happens during that meeting with the lawyer. So generally, the surrogate reads the contract in advance, or at least she definitely should, because that is her opportunity to read through and flag, is there anything she doesn't understand? Is there anything she wants changed? Does this accurately match the conversations she has had with the intended parents? So it's so important that surrogates read it first. So then when she goes to meet the lawyer, a few things will happen. One, the lawyer will talk about the law. What are the surrogate's rights and obligations? What does the law say about surrogacy? And the surrogate will also talk about the specific contract in front of them. But these contracts are generally very long. The surrogate's lawyer has to be selective what actually gets discussed. So the surrogate's lawyer will say things like, I want to confirm this part is true. It says you're using a midwife. Is that accurate? I want to inform you about certain things. For example, it says here you're not allowed to travel outside of the country. Are you okay with that? So there's kind of confirming and informing, and there's proposing changes as well. So the surrogate's lawyer will do their best, but definitely it's incumbent on surrogates to read the contract, because there are some things a lawyer may not be able to know if a surrogate doesn't bring to their attention. For example, a surrogate might read a contract and say, oh, there's a section in there that says the intended parents will be coming to every single appointment. Well, they won't be. They live in another country. They are going to try and fly in for the first ultrasound, but otherwise they won't be. So there's little things that a surrogate might say, that's not what I talked about with the intended parents. Or a clause about whether she would want life support if she were in a persistent vegetative state and a physician proposed withdrawing life support. Now, the lawyer might see that and ask some questions about it, but just in case, it's important for surrogates to read it as well and say, yes, I agree with that, or no, that's some template language in there, but that doesn't match what I would want or what I've discussed with the intended parent. So during the meeting, though, the surrogate and lawyer will go through the contract, but again, they're so long that it's hard to talk about every single word when these pages, they're usually 30, sometimes close to 50 pages in length. So the surrogate's reading it, and then that meeting will be a conversation about rights, obligations, what the contract says, and what changes might be made. On a high level, these contracts are about planning for the future. Nobody wants to have such a good surrogacy agreement that they'll win if they go to court. That's not the point of them. The purpose of a surrogacy agreement is to be a roadmap, to know what will we do if certain circumstances arise, how will we avoid conflicts from arising in the first place, how can we ensure that we are on the same page. And there's a meeting of the minds before a surrogate becomes pregnant to help ensure it is a very positive and smooth journey for everybody. So the meeting in itself, though, especially some surrogates who've never met with the lawyer and they don't know what to expect, it's a conversation. It's a conversation with the lawyer about the law and about the contract, and making sure that it reflects the surrogate's understanding. So when it's done, the surrogate's lawyer will then communicate with the lawyer who drafted the contract to let that lawyer know if any changes are being proposed. And if so, whatever back and forth needs to happen happens. And once everybody's happy, they sign. So that's it for this video. I hope you learned something new. And if you're a surrogate, I hope you took away some information that maybe will be useful for you when you are going to be meeting with your lawyer. So that's it until the next video. Take care.